Our channels are being attacked on YouTube and being shut down almost daily. So I encourage everyone to download this file, share it if possible, and if you can, mirror it, because who knows how long this channel will be here. Thanks everyone for your comments and your support. I know I don't get back to a lot of comments. I'm just here to upload as much content as I can. Cheers. I was looking through this special report by Sky News that they published on their YouTube channel on the 5th of June, as it contains footage of Mr. Happy doing one of what seemed like dozens of different TV interviews. Whilst watching this report with a montage of footage and witnesses, I was amazed at some of the complete bullshit that was being broadcast. This video contains just a few of the many ridiculous things that the media expects us to somehow to believe.
Outside, walked across the road, a fight breaks out. I'm like, what's going on here? Start to walk towards it. All of a sudden, the guy comes up with a knife, and I'm like this, ducks it, stabs me there, and I just like push him off. Blood's going everywhere. I walk into a pub, and I'm like, someone help me! I've just been stabbed.
There's a lot more of the footage of this guy that Sky never showed. Let's see what they never showed you. Here's some of the raw footage that Sky got their clip from. Let's hear what our Aussie hero said immediately before when Sky started the clip.
Do you guys need water?
Look, I went to Belushi to watch the Champions League final. Went to Belushi's, watched Champions League final.
He says he was in Belushi's. That must be in Borough Market, since that's where everybody was allegedly stabbed. Thanks to Avalon for locating this pub, as it saved us hunting for it. Here are maps from the BBC. The first shows us possible route taken by the attackers. It's amazing that 1 week on, that nobody knows the actual route. This map shows 2 possible routes, dotted yellow lines. This second map shows the same dotted line routes that both disappear under the railway bridges, where there are lanes and alleys before coming out the Black and Blue restaurant on the corner of Stony Lane. This map also identifies the reported stabbing locations. This puts a hole in Jared's story, the Cockney hero, who threw stools, tables and bikes, because he says they stabbed a bouncer outside the Southwark Tavern, but neither of the possible routes take the attackers past that pub, and it's also not identified as a stabbing location. So let's take a walk with Google Street View. We will start at the far end of the market, northwest corner, where Mr. Happy says he was having his meal, where the waiter magically jammed the outward opening door shut with his foot from the inside. This is the Black and Blue restaurant that Mr. Happy claims to have seen the victim coming out of, clenching his neck and covered in blood. But that Walter Mitty story is another video. Here's the market porter mentioned by Courtney Jared. And here's the wheat sheet, where the CCTV footage shows the attackers going down after the armed cops arrived. And here's the Southwark Tavern at the corner of the market, where Jared says the bouncer was stabbed, but no signs of Belushi's yet. So let's keep going. London Bridge is just a short distance up the road. It was just on the other side of that railway bridge where the alleged attackers had abandoned their van outside the Burra Boy and Banker pub. Let's follow this road and see what we can find. Here we go, Belushi's. Let's just see what the Aussie boys got to say again.
Finals over, 4-1 Madrid. Happy days. Walked outside, walked across the road, a fight breaks out. Walked outside, walked across the road, a fight breaks out. walked outside, walked across the road, a fight breaks out. I'm like, shit, what's going on here? Start to walk towards it, all of a sudden the guy comes up with a knife, and I'm like this.
So the Aussie guy says the guy with the knife is just across the road from Belushi's. Let's just see where that is in relation to Barra Market, where the attackers were reported to only be. So Belushi's is about a 350 metre or a 4-minute walk from Barra Market. It looks like the Aussie boy's telling lies. So to use his own words, happy days, and a big thanks to Avalon for finding this pub. Let's see if he has any more lies for us. Blood going everywhere. Was there? Then we should see blood all over his clothes and his hands. So we'll play a bit more of the raw footage the Sky News didn't show you.
Walked outside, walked across the road, a fight breaks out. I'm like, shit, what's going on here? Start to walk towards it, all of a sudden the guy comes up with a knife, and I'm like this, ducks it, stabs me there, and I just like push him off, blood's going everywhere. I walk
Apart from what looks like tomato ketchup, or sauce, what have you, on the napkin he's been holding, there is no sign of blood anywhere, let alone everywhere. Aussie man is clearly lying, but Sky were happy to show an edited clip to avoid revealing this bullshit. Talking of bullshit, maybe this next person might be able to describe the Aussie guy in his Walter Mitty land where nothing is real.
The restaurant just next to where we were, and he was covered in blood, holding his chest or his neck in some way, and he was clearly injured, and I really hope that he got the paramedic help that he clearly...
Back to the Sky report. Who have we got next?
Running, they stabbed a bloke. I heard him screaming.
Alan!
Alan! On the floor, they stabbed a woman in there.
This next clip is of a guy who says he walked past dead bodies on the bridge.
It just looked like I was seeing a dead body after dead body after dead body. At that point I was like, oh my god. And when I broke down, was her phone was in a puddle of blood. And it was covered in blood, and all I can see was it kept ringing. And even since I got there, I could see her phone on the floor ringing, the same name. But when it really got to me was when it was her blood was covering it in her own puddle of blood, and it just kept ringing, kept ringing, kept ringing, kept ringing.
Trying to clear the area.
This next clip shows how the media make up anything when it is clearly complete bullshit.
Florin watched as a police officer led an injured man to safety. He appears to have retrieved a weapon from the scene.
Does that look like a weapon from the scene? The alleged attackers were reported to be stabbing people. Does that look like a knife to you? It looks like a police baton to me. The modern ones, still retractable, expandable batons like this. What planet do these reporters come from? The cop is clearly holding his own baton and not a knife. Wait until you see who Sky have got next. Most will have seen the CCTV footage of the 3 armed cops jumping out of the marked cop car outside the Wheat Chief. Watch this guy that Sky interviewed about the shooting.
2 armed marked police behind the X5, black X5. No, get back!
Just look at this arsehole. He's clearly been given the wrong script. Looks like 3 armed cops in front of a marked cop car. This witness needs to get back to playing cops and robbers or cowboys or Indians with his schoolmates.
50 shots from 8 firearms officers.
The CCTV footage clearly shows only 3 cops taking out the attackers. That's an average of 17 shots per cop. Other cops are seen arriving after the 3 attackers are all down. So, is it the case that the other 5 cops did some target practice on the attackers lying motionless on the ground?